You know those adorable pets that we call cats and think are the sweetest creatures in the universe? They're actually pretty dangerous. They're a mix of fearless curiosity with a certain amount of grumpiness that allows them to dominate even the scariest of predators, which is exactly what we're about to see today. Nighttime wanderings led a curious bear to stumble upon someone's house here, hoping to score a tasty treat. But before it could even think about raiding the garbage, the house cat came charging out, hissing and growling like a little demon. The bear froze in its tracks as the cat made it crystal clear that it wasn't welcome, and the much larger animal found itself backing away, nearly tripping over its own paws in its haste to get away. Who would have thought that a creature known for its violent reputation could be so easily intimidated by a house cat? Blissfully unaware that it was about to enter the domain of a true apex predator, this bear stumbled its way into someone's backyard. Little did it know, a fearless feline was already on patrol, and the moment the cat spotted the intruder, it charged forward without a moment's hesitation. The bear, suddenly realizing the gravity of its mistake, took off like a shot, running as if its life depended on it. In a desperate bid to escape the wrath of the cat, the bear vaulted over the fence, leaving behind a trail of dust and shattered pride. I think it's safe to say that it won't be making any return visits to that yard anytime soon. While casually strolling through the woods, this bear was minding its own business when it noticed a suspicious bush. As it stopped to take a closer look, a furious feline jumped out at it, ready to defend its territory. The bear, caught completely off guard, let out a startled yelp and took off running, with the cat hot on its heels. It was a scene straight out of a cartoon, a massive bear fleeing in terror from a small house cat. Getting a little too close to someone's property, this bear found itself under the watchful gaze of their pet cat. The master of stealth observed the intruder from a distance at first, biding its time. Then, without warning, it charged towards the unsuspecting bear, startling the much larger animal so badly that it practically leapt out of its fur. In a desperate attempt to escape the tiny terror, the bear scurried up the nearest tree, clinging to it like a giant koala. It was a sight to behold, a creature known for its ruthlessness, reduced to a quivering mess by a cat a fraction of its size. Talk about a bruised ego. Lured by the promise of an easy meal, this bear wandered onto someone's front porch, but the bear was being watched from the other side of a large glass wall. Inside, the family cat was on high alert, ready to defend its home against the giant intruder. Every time the bear got close to the glass, the cat would launch into a frenzy, hissing and swatting at the barrier with its paws. It was clear that the kitty was itching for a fight, desperate to teach the bear a lesson that it wouldn't forget. Thankfully, the glass kept the two would-be combatants apart, saving the bear from a humiliating defeat and the cat from a potential trip to the vet. When this curious deer wandered into a quiet neighborhood, it had no idea what it was getting itself into. Spotting a cat nearby, the deer found itself torn between curiosity and fear. Each time the kitten approached it, the deer would quickly retreat, stomping its feet nervously to warn the cat away. But the cat was cool, and it seemed more intrigued than intimidated by the larger animal's presence. It was an amusing sight, a creature several times the cat's size, quaking in its hooves at the mere sight of a house cat. Just goes to show, sometimes the most dangerous creatures come in the smallest packages. As ludicrous as it may sound, an alligator and a cat found themselves locked in an unlikely standoff here. The cat, apparently not a fan of the reptile's mug, decided to take matters into its own paws and just slap it. It smacked the gator right on the snout, sending the startled creature scurrying back to the safety of the swamp. As the alligator disappeared beneath the murky water, it seemed to silently vow to never tangle with a house cat again. Yearning for a peaceful meal, this hapless alligator found itself on the receiving end of a cat's wrath. Apparently under the impression that all food was its food, the cat took great offense to the gator's presence. With a swift swat to the gator's face, the cat made its displeasure known. But when the alligator failed to take the hint, the cat struck again, this time with enough force to send it reeling. Realizing it was outmatched, the alligator suddenly felt full, diving back into the water and leaving its meal behind. Alligators and crocodiles are known for their sneaky hunting tactic of waiting for unsuspecting animals to come drink water, then lunging out and biting them. Well, this alligator tried to pull that trick on a cat, but it had no idea how smart cats are compared to its usual prey. As soon as the gator showed itself, the cat just smacked it with its paw. The alligator, embarrassed, went back into the water to save what was left of its pride. Wriggling its way into someone's home, this huge black cobra thought it found an easy meal when it spotted a cat's crib. But as it approached, ready to strike, it was met with the furry fury. The cat, not about to let some snake mess with the value of its real estate, slapped the intruder silly. The cobra, quickly realizing it had bitten off more than it can chew, slithered away as fast as it could, just trying to escape with its life. Everyone knows snakes are lightning fast when they attack, but this Siamese cat was on a whole other level. It had a snake surrounded, blocking its escape at every turn. Whenever the snake tried to slither away, the cat would swat at it with its paw. And when the snake lunged to strike back, the cat dodged it like it was nothing. The poor snake was in a bad spot, fighting against a feline that was just too good. Foolishly thinking that it could hunt a cat, a leopard ended up falling into a well while chasing its would-be prey. The cat, being the clever creature that it is, had tricked the big cat into taking a tumble, but when the leopard climbed out, dripping wet and with the cat cornered, it didn't attack. Or maybe it realized the cat was a distant relative. It could have been that the cat was hissing at it, and the leopard didn't want to risk getting scratched. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, that leopard will think twice before messing with a cat again. In a show of feline fearlessness, or maybe just stubbornness, a cat chose to sit right in front of a giant tiger's cage here. It stared the big cat down, growling like it was 10 times its size. The tiger didn't even notice at first, but then it spotted the tiny challenger and tried to get a closer look. That was when the cat pretended to attack, startling the tiger and making it jump back. The big cat started hissing, clearly nervous about its tiny opponent. Just goes to show that size doesn't always matter when you've got catitude. Keen on causing some chaos, this cat went out of its way to mess with a lioness that was at least 10 times its size. The cat was just strolling by when it noticed the giant predator in its cage. It stopped and started a staring contest with the lioness. When the big cat didn't seem fazed, the house cat charged at the fence a few times until it got a rise out of the larger feline. The lioness, confused and a bit nervous, flinched at the cat's fake-out attacks. Satisfied that it had made the queen of the jungle shake in her fur, the cat just walked away like it was no big deal afterwards. After sneaking into an enclosure where a massive tiger lived, this cat found itself in a tense standoff. The big cat circled slowly, looking for a weakness in the smaller feline's armor. But the stray cat was too clever, rotating in sync with the tiger's movements, never letting it get behind. Frustrated, the tiger finally pounced, but the cat fought back with tooth and claw. It bit and scratched so fiercely that the tiger had to back off, realizing its would-be prey. The big cat learned the hard way that size isn't everything when you're up against a scrappy little fighter. Slithering onto someone's porch, a pretty big snake thought it had found a nice spot to sun itself. But before it could get comfortable, the house cat sprang into action. The feline started smacking the snake on the head with its paw, over and over again. At first, the snake tried to defend itself, but after a few good whacks, it was too dizzy and confused to even lift its head off the ground. The cat wasn't really trying to do much harm. It was just curious and wanted to show the snake who was boss. But it couldn't help being the badass it was born to be. Hissing and puffing itself up, this cobra tried to act tough and scare away a cat that had wandered too close. It lunged at the kitten, hoping to send it running, but all it got for its trouble was a few good smacks to the head from the cat's lightning-fast paws. The strikes left the snake seeing stars, too dizzy to even think about attacking again. The cat, on the other hand, looked like it was barely trying. It was just too quick and too cool to be bothered by a measly snake. Guess the cobra learned the hard way that when it comes to speed and skill, cats are the real kings of the jungle. This was like something out of an old western movie. A small but speedy snake facing off against a cat, both trying to figure out who was the quickest draw. The snake kept coiling and lunging, trying to catch the cat off guard, but every time it struck, the cat was ready to evade the attack. One good smack and the snake went sliding across the ground like it was on ice skates. When the cat followed up with another blow, the snake could barely lift its head. It was like watching a gunslinger take down an outlaw. The cat was just too fast and too good for the snake to handle. Brazenly waltzing into someone's backyard, this huge fox had no idea that it was about to meet its match. As the intruder settled in, making itself at home, the cat came at it with everything it had. It lunged at the fox with its claws bared. The fox, caught completely off guard, freaked out like it had been attacked by a lion. It started running for its life as if a serial killer was on its tracks. Acting like the parasite that it is, a fox tried to help itself to a cat's dinner. But every time the fox reached for a bite, the cat would swipe at it, sending it scurrying back in fear. The funny thing was, the cat wasn't even really trying to hit the fox. It was just lifting its paw as a warning, but that was enough to force the fox back. Quietly stalking its prey, a cat had spotted a rodent hiding in a hole that it had dug, as you can see. The little creature was moving around, unaware of the danger lurking just outside. The cat crept closer, silent as a shadow, until it was right next to the hole. It waited, still as a statue, until the perfect moment. Then it lunged forward, plunging its paw into the hole and dragging the hapless rodent out. With one swift bite, the cat ended the poor creature's life before casually strolling away with its prize. Just another day in the life of a feline hunter. Feeling bold, or maybe just stupid, this very annoying monkey decided to test its luck with someone's cat. The primate swaggered up to the kitten, not realizing it was about to learn a humiliating lesson. As soon as the monkey got close, the cat went into full attack mode. It charged forward, swiping with its razor-sharp claws, determined to teach the intruder a lesson. The monkey, suddenly realizing it had made a terrible mistake, panicked and ran for its life. It scampered up a nearby house, desperate to escape the furious cat's wrath.
Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.